You're about to enter the interrogation room where serial kidnapper Gabrielle Renee is stripped of every cold, calculated layer. He lies, deflects, and even quotes philosophy to justify his disturbing acts. But the truth was already hidden inside his own phone. With chilling footage, undeniable evidence, and his eerily emotionless reactions,
Gabrielle Renee's cold stare sets the stage for a predator hiding in plain sight. His emotionless responses aren't just defiance, they're a window into a mind detached from humanity. In 2017, CMI Florida was paralyzed by fear as abductions tore through the community. Renee's calm demeanor in that interrogation room. It's not innocence, it's calculation. As we dive into his words, notice how he dodges the truth with philosophy and vague excuses. This case isn't just about crime. It's about how someone can wear a human face while carrying a void where empathy should be.
and unlock special perks only available to our subscribers. In the spring of 2017, Kissimmee, a quiet Florida town, was suddenly gripped by fear. A wave of random abductions spread panic through every corner of its streets.
What do you want me to address you as?
My name, which is Gabriel.
Gabriel. Okay, some people tell me Mr. and then their last name. That's so. Instead of me just assuming, I just rather just ask.
It's called Renee or Gabriel.
Huh?
Renee, Gabriel, either
If you have any question when I read these, just feel free to just ask, all right? So you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand? Can you say yes, please? Only
Yes.
to the microphone. Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yes.
You are entitled to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one will be provided before questioning without charge. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, totally understand all of them.
Yes.
So, you like to know what this is all about?
I already know this is all about the same stuff as last time.
Not quite. And that's why we're here.
Gabrielle Renee entered the interrogation room, emotionless. His blank face and wandering eyes suggested a man hiding behind a mask, preparing to face justice.
I can't tell you.
The last time, the other detective there was asking you about places you've been and people you've been in contact with.
I don't remember all that, but I'm pretty sure I was asked because that's the typical question.
Do you remember last Friday?
That was Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Vaguely, yeah.
Is it because you were tired, you're on medication?
I just don't want to. I mean, I remember a little bit of it because, like I said, I was asked a whole bunch of different questions. So unless you know, are specific about the question, then
Okay. And that's why I want him to come so we can show you stuff in that way. It's just, there's really no ambiguity.
there ain't nothing to really talk about.
Huh?
It's a room, an office.
Just space. And trust me when I tell you, dude, and I study philosophy. So when it comes to time, space, it's all relative to that individual. I can tell you honestly, one of my favorite people is, I don't know if you ever heard of him, is Rene Descartes. Rene Descartes was one of the deepest philosophers. What did it be? The folder.
Is it in there, thing?
Yeah.
Is anybody in there though? Yeah.
It should be right in my bag.
Okay.
Rene Descartes was one of the deepest philosophers, most educated individuals that walked this land. He studied people, is what he did. He studied the mind. And he said a couple of interesting things.
Renee escaped reality through abstract philosophy. He referenced René Descartes to justify living in his own world, where right and wrong were defined by isolation.
One of the things he said to me was, one thing that I read that he said was, I don't believe anything unless it's proven to me. And not many things have been proven. You think about it, that's the truth, right? Because people can tell you this shit's the truth, but how do you know it's the truth? Right? So when you say that you're in your own world, I can understand that. Because ultimately we are. Some people accept it, some people don't. Some people understand it, others don't.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, my phone, we have it, I know.
But I got to see what was inside the phone. There was one thing, there was a few things that was interesting. You had a conversation with this dude initially in the park, and then you continued your interview with him, like it looked like it was a bus stop or it was underneath an overpass. Remember that conversation you had with that dude?
It's been a while, I don't know.
You had made points about acceptance, being accepted in society, and working for what at times. The government basically runs this country, runs the people in this country. And you made a couple of points that are absolutely true, that no one can argue. Even the dude argued, because you asked him, do you want to do something? And he's like, yeah. And you asked him, do you want to work? And he goes, yeah, I want to work. You don't remember that? And you actually, at one point, when you actually went from the park to the bus stop, you actually asked him, was he more comfortable talking away from that area because there was people around over there. And the other place you guys were by yourselves. And I don't think too many people will argue with what you were saying because it's true.
I don't recall, but okay.
But the black dude, dreads, black jacket.
Did a lot of interviews, so.
Dude, you even interviewed that dude they call Bob. Down in Kissimmee, the old white guy that walks around like in a police uniform.
So I did a lot, so I don't know.
Backup Bob is what they call him. How good would you say your memory is?
It's poor.
How far back do you think you can go?
Depends on what occurred. Some things are easier to remember than others. So,
Would it be disrespectful for me to ask you what your philosophy is?
I don't have a philosophy.
A belief? A way of living?
Like everybody else.
But you just said that you go into your own little world, so
That's fine, man. It's
still function in this society?
want to be like everybody else and live like everybody else, sure. Why not? It works, right? Everybody's doing it.
It works for some, it doesn't work for all. Some people just can't function in society. True? Not true.
Yeah, true. True. Everything ain't meant for everybody.
There you go.
Thank you.
When questioned about his memory, Renee was vague, yet he clearly recalled a backpack and clothes from months ago. That selective clarity raised obvious red flags.
That look familiar?
That's the same guy you showed me on that picture.
Mm-hmm. So it looked familiar from that same picture?
Yeah, the image you showed me.
Okay. Fair enough. These look familiar? And I know we can show you that picture.
What I know, those are those are something that was with me about at least a couple months back. It was in a book bag, but I couldn't find it because somebody had taken it.
Someone had taken what?
The book bag.
The book bag. What color was the book bag? Book bag.
I had two of them. I had a red one and a blue and white one.
I'm sorry, a red one?
Yeah, a blue and white one.
What was inside that red book bag?
That, those pair of gloves. I had it's been a couple months, like I said. I think I had a shirt, a couple shirts, a pair of pants or shorts, I can't remember.
What color were the shorts?
I think navy blue or something like that.
Okay.
Navy blue, if I'm not mistaken.
Did you leave the red book bag somewhere, or somebody steal it from you?
I left it. Like I said, I leave my stuff when I have to go.
Do you remember where you left it at?
Yeah. Well, I left it in a washing machine. Well, behind the washing machine.
Behind a washing machine?
Yeah.
Where
Laundry,
in the laundry?
laundromat.
Where at? Where the laundromat at?
I really don't want to give that detail.
Well, but your property is still there.
What do you mean it's good?
It could still be there, or you definitely positive that it's gone.
No, it's not. That's why I left it when it went missing. When I went back to get it, it was missing.
When questioned about the blue backpack, Renee grew vague and inconsistent. The conflicting details revealed avoidance, a typical sign of someone trying to hide the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the blue book bag?
Where's the blue book bag?
You say you had a blue and a red one.
Yeah, I had a blue and a red one.
I'm sorry?
I had a blue and a red one, yeah.
So where's the blue one?
That was also missing as well. Both of those.
Where was the last place you saw the blue one?
It was in the bushes.
You don't want to share where that is? Was that the red one or the blue one?
No, those are my shoes.
Those are yours?
Yes. Those also was in the bag as well.
Which bag?
The blue.
You sure it was blue?
Yes. Blue, white, yeah. Yes, that was also something that was missing, yes. I remember that.
And which bag was it in?
Blue.
In the video on your phone, you had mentioned how someone was holding on to your property and they wouldn't give it back to you, and they finally gave it back to you. And
Well, that's what I was, because they had my ID and all that, and they, I guess, didn't recognize me, but apparently, I don't know.
who was they?
What?
Who was they? I don't know who they is. Who was holding on to your stuff?
Well, people that returned it back to me.
Was that at a hotel? Was that at a restaurant?
I don't want to go into detail.
But you said there was property missing.
Yeah, my phone.
Was it Apple?
Yeah, my phone. My ex, I bought.
Or something your ex had bought you? How come you never reported it stolen?
Because I don't. What are you guys gonna do? If I report it stolen, just mark it down and that's it. It's a waste of time. At the time, I was afraid because when I first came out, I thought I had a warrant, so I never really tried to be around like law enforcement like that.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
Shit. Yeah, I understand. I'm definitely not gonna argue that. Any possibility of knowing when your blue bag was stolen?
Maybe sometime around before I got arrested for that Until burned out.
That's the target one?
Yeah.
So that was back.
Before that, you're saying before that?
Like
Around that time?
Because I was out there.
What date was the target? That was before, so.
I don't know. I don't have that. That was back in, that was last year. 2016?
Yeah, something November, around November.
Because you did like 30, 60, 90 days, something like that?
Yeah, 3 months.
3 months.
Renee refused to explain where he lost the bag or report it to police. With his criminal record, he carries deep mistrust of law enforcement.
Asterisk Renee's vagueness about his backpack screams avoidance. When detectives press about the red and blue bags, his story crumbles red behind a washer, blue in the bushes. It's not just inconsistency. It's a deliberate attempt to bury the truth. The gloves, the clothes, the selective memory, it all points to someone who knows exactly what he's hiding. This is where the case tightens. Physical evidence links him to the crimes, yet he clings to denial. It's infuriating how someone can face damning proof and still act untouchable. That's the chilling reality of a manipulator like Renee.
So, thinking about
Do you understand the charges that you got charged with recently?
I have a couple, people seen the news, so they were telling me about it.
People inside the jail?
Yeah, they're telling me about it.
And what did they tell you?
They was telling me the PBL. They were charged with PBL, so
What's PBL?
they told me it means punishable by life. Like you do life.
Oh, so that's like jail talk, lingo kind of PBL?
I don't know if that's jail talk. I don't know if that's, they listen to you guys and they just.
I never heard that shit before.
Yeah,
I used to tell you. PBL?
I've heard it before.
Why?
Yeah. That's what I mean.
That's what I mean. That's all
I'm pretty sure you don't remember, but I had asked you before about integrity.
Right.
And being honest with yourself. And you told me that you were a person who was honest with themselves. And that had integrity. And that if you ever committed a mistake, you would admit to it. Right?
Right.
Has anything changed since that time you gave me that answer? You still
No.
hold that as a belief of yourself?
It's my integrity.
Right? Because if we don't have that, we don't have anything. So, having that in mind, I'm going to show you a picture.
Okay.
Look familiar?
Yeah, that was mine.
Where did you have that at?
In the same bag.
The blue bag?
Yes.
So that's safe to say then that that was also in a blue bag.
No, it's not mine.
That's not yours? How sure are you that it's not yours?
It's not. I would have known it's not. What is that? Is that a handkerchief? Not a handkerchief, but a scarf.
It's a mask that hunters wear. I'm assuming for camouflage themselves from whatever they're hunting. I don't hunt, so. This was found right next to this in your blue book bag.
It's not mine.
Okay. And that's fair to say. I've never seen you with this on, so I can't say that it's yours. But you know what could say that it's yours? Two things. Eyewitness and DNA.
I don't understand, but like I said, it's not mine.
But I'm saying, those are two ways to prove that it's yours. By someone seeing you wearing it.
That doesn't make sense. How could somebody see me wearing that if apparently that's a mask?
That's a mask?
You said that's a mask.
A mask. I call it a mask. I don't know what else to call it. Because you put it over your head.
So if it's a mask, how could somebody see me wearing it?
Your eyes, my man.
When the mask was found in his backpack, Renee denied owning it, but physical evidence is closing in, making every denial feel more futile and desperate.
Your eyes and one last thing. I'm playing my cards because I told you that I'd be honest with you from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not playing any games.
Well, let's back up one more. The gun that you said is yours, correct?
Yes.
Where did you get that from?
I bought it
Where did you buy it?
from a friend.
You bought it from a friend?
Yeah.
Are you being honest about that?
Yeah. Well, not a friend, but somebody.
Did you buy it from a store?
You know, somebody gave it. Like I bought it off them.
How much did you pay for it?
25, $30 for it.
You didn't pay $89.99 for it?
So this is a picture of you.
What's a picture of it?
That was a picture of you.
I didn't take a good look at it.
Oh, you just showed me
I
that?
didn't pull it back.
Oh my bad. Damn. Too many pictures, man.
Okay, and how you figure that's a picture of me?
I know it's you. I know that sometimes believing is hard to do. Because even when I told you from the beginning, this philosopher Rene Descartes, when he said, I don't believe anything that's not proven to me, and not many things have been proven to me, he never said that nothing was ever proven to him. I think you kind of have that same philosophy, that you don't believe anything that's not proven to you.
Well, if that was me, that's proof that's me, right?
Yeah. And I have proof that that's you.
A clear photo is shown, it's undeniably him. But Renee acts uncertain, not because he doesn't recognize himself, but because admitting it now means the endgame has begun.
So
Is it because you don't want to believe it, or is it because...
I don't understand. You just said I have a hard time believing. If you said that's me, and you said it looks like me.
But that's me believing it. I'm asking you if you believe it.
Well, if you saying that's me, I would say that's not me, and then explain what you just asked me.
So you don't believe it's you. Can you see? The question? Yes.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I can't see that.
You can't see that? Why not? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Who's that?
What is it?
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Joe, Bob, Dave,
You showing
Frank,
me a
Hank.
picture. I don't know. It's coming out of your phone. I don't know.
Who do you think that is?
That looks like 100% you.
So, there's your gun.
That's the gun that you said
That's
is
the
yours.
gun that you said is yours. That's the hat that we got you on Friday.
Is that the same?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh, no, that's fine.
That's
That's
still
okay.
from a
That's
video.
okay that,
A killer from a what?
That's a still from a video that was on your phone.
that you
So it's
were-
ironic how you say you don't know who that is when that video was on your phone.
So my question to you now is that, do you not believe everything that you see?
I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
You said the video was on my phone.
Mm-hmm. I mean, were you playing around? You videotaped yourself with that. Were you playing around? I mean, you had just got the gun or something like that and you were messing around? Or what was the point of that video? We're just trying to understand.
I said it's. I don't understand. Like you saying something I don't believe. I don't understand what I don't believe. It's a gun. It's a BB gun.
It's a BB gun?
Yeah.
And you paid $25 for it.
Around that much, 20, 30.
20, 30 from a dude that you really don't know.
Yeah.
But even if you did, you wouldn't tell us who he was, right? I can respect that.
A video recorded on his own phone shows the gun and the mask. Still, Renee denies it all, clinging to lies if they can save him from the undeniable truth closing in.
So you wouldn't think that you were on video purchasing that gun with a mask? If we had video of you doing that, who would that be? Would that be the person that you bought it from, maybe, that did that? Just those two items, the gun and the mask?
Like I said, all that's mine is the BB gun you showed me, the black one without the thing on it, because like I said, that's why I sold it too cheap, because it was messed up.
Did anyone else see that gun while it was in your possession? Did you ever show that gun to anybody?
So I don't have people like that. Most people freak out, so of course not.
Did you ever try to sell it?
Okay, I mean, if I got it for 25, 30, what am I going to sell it for?
I don't think
$10,
so.
$5, it's not worth it.
So you didn't try to sell it? So when you practice with your gun, was that because just something to waste time with?
I didn't want to practice with it.
When you videotaped yourself with the gun in the bathroom, walking around, practicing, pulling it out, pointing it at the mirror, what was the point of that? That's what he's asking. Just messing
I
around?
just took a picture.
You took a picture?
I'm saying I was just taking pictures.
Yeah, no, we're just asking, like, it's just, we're just
That's
trying
not
to
a
figure
tricky
it out.
question at all. It's not a tricky question.
Yeah. We're asking, were you messing around? I mean, I don't know, I was just watching there's a bunch of videos on there, so I don't know if you're playing around or what you're doing. You were in a bathroom in front of a mirror.
It's, taking pictures.
Renee admits to filming himself with the gun in front of a mirror. His weak excuses can't cover the truth. He was already slipping into the role of a predator.
Are you into videotaping, photography, and stuff like that?
Not that I'm aware of, I guess. Never really thought about it like that, deep to me wanting to get into it, Jack. I just took a couple pictures now.
Did you use your phone a lot to videotape stuff, to record things?
Yeah, I like to. Like I said, I forget, so I like to document certain things.
Okay, so that explains it.
Well, there you go.
That
Yeah.
explains a lot. What would you say about people accusing you of certain things?
I wouldn't say anything, but I don't understand the question.
How would that make you feel if someone accuses you of something?
I wouldn't feel, unless I got really, got out of hand, I'd be pretty, disappointed or whatnot. But for the most part, I just think that there's something mistaken.
But what if someone accused you of not being a human?
But someone accused me of not being a human?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
That was it. That was the question. What if
I'm not a human, how can I not be a human?
so you are human?
I believe we all are. Walk the ones that, walk on two legs and have hair and breathe oxygen and talk with language.
Do you think that all people act like humans? Do you ever deal with anyone that doesn't act like a human?
But I've never told anyone that don't have to be human.
Why one of the persons, and I'm sorry, I can go back and explain to you why I asked that question, because one of the people that I talked to, that's exactly what they said about you.
What said what?
She said that you weren't human. She said you didn't act like a human.
Well, people do are, not to have, are entitled to their own opinion, of course. I don't know who this person is. Like I said, I don't know anybody.
You know, and,
People do from afar probably do try to figure me out. So
so they judge you without knowing you.
well, they get as much as I guess they can collect, from what I guess I put out around them. So I guess they go off things like that. I'm not gonna say, oh, you don't know me, but you seen me around. But like I said, you don't know me because, like I said, I don't know anybody like because I saw them or I see them a lot. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I see you, but
When asked if he'd ever been seen as less than human, Renee barely reacts.
As intelligent or more intelligent than the average person.
I feel equal. I feel more or less.
More or less equal.
I said I don't feel more or less.
Oh, you don't feel
than-
more or less.
I feel
Equal.
I feel equal.
Does it insult you when somebody tries to question your intelligence? It doesn't insult you? Does it make you angry?
I don't talk to people, so I don't know. As far as you have to be talking to somebody for insulting intelligent or hanging around people, I don't do any of that, so I wouldn't know.
So if I start asking you, say, stupid questions, would that insult you? But because we're talking now,
It
so
depends what stupid is, because stupid to you may not be stupid to me.
it's relative. Because the reason I say that is because I sometimes get upset when people question my intelligence.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
And that's kind of what I'm feeling right now.
Not insulting you.
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm not trying to.
Because I ask you questions and I show you things that are absolute positives, and you still, like, I don't know.
Because you're saying it's me, it's a difference if you were aiming or targeting and, and making such allegations towards someone else, then it would probably be a little bit more realistic. But because I know who I am and where I'm at, that's a match. That's
Okay.
why
I tell you what, how about we put that to the test right now?
I put whatever.
Oh, we will. Put it to the test right now. You know what that is right there? That's called a photo lineup. You recognize somebody right there?
I don't have any friends, I don't know.
Okay. How about that person? You familiar with that person right there?
Yeah, because it's me.
Right.
Long hair. I
Yeah.
just took that picture.
You just took
My
that
ID
picture.
right here. I don't need to.
Oh, look at it. That's the same picture. No shit. So,
So what's hard about that?
what's hard about that is one of our victims identified you.
You've been saying that since the day.
No, not me. No. This just happened yesterday.
A new victim picks him out from a photo lineup. Renee denies it, blames his hairstyle, but the evidence is clear. From the eyes to the gun, and that fateful mask.
This had nothing to do with Friday. It had nothing to do with Kissimmee Police Department.
Well, like I said, that's your word again. It means nothing to me, but you've been saying that since Friday.
I've been saying what?
Your victims have identified me yet.
No, I'm telling you, I never said that because that's my victim from Friday. I mean, that victim there was not Friday. That victim was yesterday. She came forward yesterday. We didn't know anything about her on Friday. She was the one that was able to pick you up out of Atlanta. She was the one that told us about your mask and seeing your face. Unless your memory is that bad, you're sitting here insulting my intelligence. And I honestly don't think your memory's that bad.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, but whoever you saying said I was in a photo lineup and that's me. Like I said, it's all that. It's just inaccurate.
It's inaccurate, but see, this lady has never ever met you in her life. She's never seen you since that day.
Like I said,
But hold on, let me finish now. So how how coincidental is it that she picks you, the clothes you're wearing, the gun you're holding, the mask you're wearing, without ever seeing them, knowing that we had them? What's the coincidence there?
there is not much, but what I'm trying to say is that she can't possibly say whoever is me because I barely carry out my hair. You said she identified me with that.
I didn't identify you with what?
You said she identified that photo as me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, whoever it is, they're simply just mistaken.
They're simply mistaken.
That's it.
And you're saying that because of the hair?
Well, I'm saying that because of a lot of different things, but mostly because, like I said, I don't know what she's going off, but basically, that is what she, trying to say that's me because, I look different because I have the straighter hair.
She didn't see your hair.
She saw your face.
The night that happened, she saw your face.
Saw my face. What do you mean the night? What happened? She's a victim, you saying?
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Well, that's why we're talking to you.
You gotta tell me because
I would honestly
just saying something happened.
How do we know that you were just hanging out with her and she's just trying to freaking get you in trouble like your ex did?
I don't know.
We're trying to get to the bottom of it and figure out what exactly happened. Was this a game? Were you joking around? Are you, hard up on money? Did you not realize? We're just trying to figure out what happened. We know something happened, but we're trying to figure out why.
Well, you're not telling me anything. You're just saying something happened.
I told you.
I don't know what happened.
She picked you out of the photo lineup.
And what is that to me if you're not telling me what happened?
That you were wearing a mask while you kidnapped her.
What is that to me?
And you took the mask off and she saw your face. And by golly, you went to Waffle House and got you on video.
Surveillance at Waffle House shows him unmasked, walking with the victim. Even caught on video, Renee stays defiant, choosing to lock himself inside a web of denial.
What more do you need to know?
Again, that doesn't tell me anything.
What about you tell me this? You said it yourself. Remember your ex freaking made some bullshit charges on you and you ended up getting arrested because she lied?
Okay, but I don't have anybody I'm in a relationship with.
I'm not talking about you being in a relationship. I'm talking about you were with this girl. We have the proof that we need that you were with her. We just need to know is, did you piss her off and she freaking wanted to do the same thing your girlfriend did to
I
you?
wasn't with any girl.
No. Okay.
Well, we have you on video with her.
Like I
Yeah.
said, if you guys are making such assumption based off a photo that you guys have that you haven't shown me, then
I showed you.
what do you mean you showed what to me?
The photo he showed
Your
you.
lineup, yeah.
I
That's
showed
the
a
photo.
lot of photos. Oh, the photo lineup? Yeah, I seen it. But like I said, I don't know.
Well, you need to start thinking, my man, because remember that what's that PBL or what is it?
The PBL.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, man. Like I said, you're on video, DNA. I mean, everything's there, okay? Photo lineup, victims, it's all there. We're trying to figure out why. Are you a monster? Are you just this type of person?
The Waffle House footage is a gut punch. Renee, unmasked, walking with a victim, caught on camera, yet he denies it. This isn't just lying, it's a refusal to face reality. The victims. Courage in identifying him contrasts with his cowardice. Legally, this is where the case locks in. Photos, videos, and testimony form an ironclad net. But emotionally, it's heartbreaking. Imagine being that woman knowing your abuser denies your pain. Renee's detachment isn't just a defense, it's a betrayal of basic humanity. How does someone live with that?
For the rest of my life, what do you mean?
Rest of your life.
I've been living
Until you
that.
take that last breath.
And
I
let me.
don't look forward to dying anytime soon. So
I'm sorry?
I don't look forward to dying anytime soon. So
Do you look forward to being somewhere where you're comfortable?
I'm comfortable. Yeah, I'm comfortable.
So you're comfortable in jail for the rest of your life?
Of course not. I wouldn't.
Because that's what you're looking at.
Well, I've been told already.
But I'm telling you again that you got another one to worry about. Or at least, I take it back. I'm assuming you would worry to think about.
One thing is, you say you don't talk to any girls or anything like that. None.
No.
Do you have any friends that you talk to? So
I don't have any friends.
so you don't talk to anybody, correct?
Not as much as most people know.
Okay. So why would in your phone you have phone calls and text messages to the girl, the video that we just showed you from Waffle House, and that girl? Why would you have text messages and phone calls to her from your phone?
Is she your friend?
That's
I don't know who this girl is.
Yeah, you don't need to know who she is. Obviously, you guys just met that night, so you don't know much about her.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't know who this girl is. I
Did
don't
you
know.
hire her? Was she a prostitute?
I don't know. Like I said, I really don't know anything. Not as far as like what you guys are talking about.
When's the last time you talked to a girl?
My ex,
When was that?
when I was 19.
Oh shit, 3 years ago?
Yeah, my ex had to leave.
That's the last time you talked to a female? Your ex. Interesting. Wow.
Renee claims he doesn't know the victim, yet his phone records say otherwise. The weak denial only sharpens the picture of a predator exposed under the harsh light of interrogation.
Because I've talked to a couple of females that have talked to you, that say they talked to you. But anybody can say anything, right?
Yeah, like I said, everybody says they've seen before they recognize me, and the list goes on.
Do you feel like right now in this room that the world is against you?
The world's always been against me.
And it's all because of your growing up and all that.
I don't know. Maybe something has to do with that. Just a little bit of other. Yeah,
But would you mind sharing?
it's not important. It's not.
Like, absolutely, it's important. It's important to me.
It's not gonna help my cause, or at least
It could, because it could help us understand.
understand me.
Mhm.
Hey, what do you mean to understand me for? Like, have nothing to do with this.
Because, like, I'll tell you why. Because, like he said, either you're a monster or you're just someone that's made mistakes. And you know when that plays a role in? That plays a role on how long you're going to be in jail.
I tell you what, anybody that did what you guys are making allegations of, they're a monster.
Okay. What do you think the person that kidnapped these girls and drove them around or whatnot, or had them drive him around, what do you think they should get as far as jail time?
I can't judge like that.
Why not? You just said that they would be a monster if
You
they did
just
something like
judged
that.
them.
You judged them.
Well, as far as what I think their punishment and
Mhm.
time, that's not my place. I'm
You
just
don't even have an opinion as to what someone should get for that?
I'm just saying because, like I said, if you are, saying it's either you're a monster or that, it's if you kidnap somebody and you beat them, I don't know, you guys said murder too was involved, right?
No.
I thought somebody got murdered.
Nope.
Nope. Not in our case.
I thought I heard, so at some point I heard somebody said somebody got murdered in the situation, one of them. So I said, you gotta be a monster.
Mhm. So without anyone being murdered, what would they be? They wouldn't be a monster.
Anybody who kills anybody is a monster.
Okay, what about just kidnapping somebody and have them take you around? What kind of person is that?
Kidnap and take you around?
Mhm.
And do what?
Have them drive you around. Maybe take out money. Maybe,
What did this, like I said, what did they do? I don't know.
Well, I'm asking you, what kind of person do you think that is? Someone to go up to a female, okay, and point a gun at them, and have the female drive them around, no matter where they went. What kind of person do you think that person is that would do that?
You drive them around.
Mhm.
I don't know too many people that would just want to be driving around. For what? That sounds loony to me.
Yeah, it's a little bit loony.
Fuck, I think everybody thinks it's loony. Everybody thinks it's loony what you did.
What I did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, see you back at me again.
Oh no, I am definitely back at you.
Can't win with you.
No, because like I told you before, I'm a
You are?
strong believer.
He's gonna say I did it.
No. I'm gonna say, you heard this from me twice already. This is the third time. Renee Descartes. I don't believe anything that's not proven to me. I'm not saying that nothing has ever been proven to me, but you know what? It's been proven to me here that you are the person who did all
I've been
this.
saying that since the day I got arrested.
Faced with videos, photos, and victim IDs, Renee still denies it all. It's as if he's trying to reject his own image, the one the camera captured without mercy.
And ultimately, right now, you can say that. You can say that right now. You know, I can keep saying that. Come court time, come that time when you're found guilty, then you can't say that anymore.
It doesn't matter if I'm innocent, regardless of what you or the system says.
Oh, the system. System.
That's
You use
what
the
it
word
is.
system.
Isn't that what it's a justice system? Isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Or process, court process.
Or process, all that's tied to the same thing.
So you're still not going to believe it.
But look,
Believe
why do
the
you want me
proof.
to prevent something that's not me? Why do you want me to, that's crazy in itself.
Do you need stuff to be shown to you in order for you to believe it?
You just showed me a lot of the stuff you had.
Then you still don't believe it.
It has nothing, it doesn't come back to me is what I'm telling you. As far as what you're saying that happened.
Like what? Give me an example.
You said somebody was, in the car with people driving around,
I said that? I never said
Well,
that.
your man here just said that.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys are saying the same stuff, right? Unless you jump in and, and say, oh, then you saying just as much as he's saying, because you guys are partners. You're working in this together. So if he said it, you said it. For the most part.
So, give me an example.
I'm confused. What do you mean?
You just the one that said it. You were going to give me an example, and then you didn't give me an example.
I don't remember saying I was going to give you an example. Of what? What?
Of something that you're being accused of.
You said I'm being accused of getting in the car with people driving around with them, right? That's what I said. I just referred to, if he said it, you said it. Because you guys are partners.
So no matter what I show you, you're not going to believe it. I can show you video, pictures,
Show me all the videos.
freaking movies. Huh?
Show me all the videos and pictures, right? I've seen everything.
You don't believe it.
Look, I told you, if it's not me, that's, why would I want to believe it's especially something like this if it is me?
Yeah. You videotape yourself. Is that like your alter ego that does it? And you come back later on? Because it was you. Looks like you. Sounds like you. Moves like you. It's you.
It's got your DNA. It's got,
Okay,
Yeah.
that's my DNA.
no.
The other things too.
Well, see, you guys are jumping around, so because of that, I'm trying to keep up.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's
Slow
go
down.
back a
Slow
little bit.
down.
I'll go back a little bit. So everything that's on your phone, because your face, you videotape yourself, especially when you got your hair done. When you went to the beautician, and you got your hair done. That's all you. Ain't nobody else.
Okay.
Unless you have a twin brother.
You never said anything. My hair done. I don't understand what point that is.
No, I'm telling you, I saw your video of you getting your hair done. There's nothing illegal about that. There's nothing trying to trick you.
I know, but what's your point?
So that's you on your phone. Later on, you're doing something else on your phone. Later on, you're doing something else on your phone. And each time, it's your face, your voice, even to the point where you got the gun and you're freaking practicing how to rob somebody.
Practicing how to rob somebody.
Yeah. What was it?
I mean, why else are you saying that? You pointing the gun at the mirror. This is a robbery.
Put your hand up.
Moving your head to the side, moving the gun to the side.
Okay.
Practicing. What is the point of that then? Tell us.
In the video, he's seen in front of a mirror, pointing a gun and saying, "This is a robbery." Renee calls it just messing around.
Is that a question or is that like?
No, because you said I was pointing a gun and pretty much in preparation. It sounds like you're trying to say.
You said it.
No, well you just.
I know what I'm thinking.
You
said it.
No, you said preparation because you pretty much was basically saying you're in the mirror, saying it's a robbery, pointing a gun in certain directions, and then you accusing me of this. So obviously you saying I was, preparing for it.
You were.
That's the same thing as preparation.
You were.
Okay, I was preparing for it.
So you agree then? You were preparing for
No,
it.
I'm just admitting to what he's saying. Basically, he's saying I was preparing for it.
And are you agreeing with that? That you were preparing for it?
I'm not agreeing with it. I'm just saying it because nobody gets confused because if you just leave something out, the witness is just looking crazy. Like, I don't understand what your point is, so I need to make sure I clarify. Yeah, he's pretty much saying I was in preparation.
Okay. And what are you saying you were doing?
I told you I was just had a new BB gun. I'm just messing around with it.
Mm-hmm. Or you're just messing around. What other videos would be on your phone?
I got a lot of videos on the phone. Well, at least as far as that, just me messing around with it.
You mess around with the gun?
Yeah.
Well, let me try to figure something out here because going back to you don't talk to anybody, you don't talk to girls, you don't have friends, you stay yourself. Again, why do you have text messages in your phone to a female? And several outgoing calls to her. Why? How would that happen? At least explain that to me. How would that happen? How would you send somebody text?
Like I said, I want to go more into it, but I honestly really don't recall,
Okay.
that ever happened. Me just calling anybody or anything like that on my phone.
That's a fair answer. So it could have happened, but you don't recall.
Well, if it happened,
When asked about texts and calls to a woman, Renee claims he can't remember. But in the digital world, footprints don't lie. They speak of the things he tried hardest to bury.
I don't see why I would not remember that. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Because you're talking about a girl, and I don't talk to her.
I mean, did you look at her as a girl, or maybe did you look at her as something else? Maybe she wasn't a girl to you. Maybe she was something else.
I don't know. I mean, a girl's a girl for the most part.
Yeah. Some people, I mean, will look at other like girls walking around and look at them like an animal or something else. How do you look at people when you see a girl walk by you? How do you look? What do you think about them? How do you feel about that human that's walking by you?
Yeah, it's a girl. It's a human. I don't know, man. I mean, it's not much, thought put into it. It's a girl. She's walking past you. What more can you possibly think out of that?
Do you like girls?
Do I like girls?
Sexually. As a preference. Sexual preference.
I'm in shock. I don't know.
Do you like guys?
Definitely not.
I don't believe you.
I like guy. It's possible. Anything's possible.
I base my opinion on how I've seen you handle yourself here and on your phone with other videos and the way you talk. I don't think that you've come to be honest with yourself.
I'm as honest as I can be with myself.
when it comes to sexuality?
I know, like I said, I know I don't like guys, but as far as girls, I don't know. Just really care for something like that. It's not, something I can, I'm homeless.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get involved with girls because you're homeless.
Kind of, a place, something, I don't know, something to offer, I don't know. So because of that, I can't get involved with that.
Okay, so you can't get involved with them, so you're getting somewhere. You look at them, you see girls. Do you see girls as weak?
Renee avoids questions about women, admitting he feels nothing in particular. He views them through a cold, rational lens, leaving no space for empathy or desire.
Scientifically, they are,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't see them as well, I mean, equal as far as a man you're talking about?
Yeah, like
Equal to a man?
like let's say you were gonna, you had a choice of robbing a girl or a guy. Which one would you rob?
I wouldn't rob neither.
Okay.
So if you had to get into a fist fight, would you rather get into, and you had no choice but to fight one of them? Who would you fight, the female or the male?
I don't see myself getting into a fist fight with a female, so definitely probably God.
I would pick a female.
You pick a female.
Hell yeah, I freaking whoop her ass, that's fine. Why take the chance of getting my ass whooped by a guy?
Why would you not pick a female?
Huh?
Why would you not pick a female?
Like I said, because I don't get involved with females like that. Like meaning I don't have that kind of confrontation with them. As far as if it does get in, to something like that, it usually be a split. Usually when you get into a fight with a woman, it's because I don't know, it's God just forgets his place.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is, just gotta, I guess, let it ride. But definitely a guy, like I said, because it's like saying you typically are gonna see guys around guys, so it's like if something usually happens, it's gonna happen based on that person is normally around. It's close, whatever's closer to him. So like guys, they normally are around guys. So usually for guys around girls, they're dating. So you're not gonna just see a guy hanging around a girl because that's typically a friend. Now it doesn't mean it can't be the case, but it's very rare. Usually guys hanging around girls, it's a girlfriend, and they can be around other guys because they're friends. So the likelihood of them getting into a fight with a guy is higher versus a girl.
Let me ask you a personal question. Are you a remorseful person?
Remorse,
Do you understand what
yeah, but I don't do anything to people as far as to look back on it and feel bad about it.
so you don't, right now you're not feeling bad about anything?
I have nothing to feel bad about other than I got myself in here because I allowed myself to be out on the street.
So your answer is you haven't done anything to be remorseful about?
What?
So your answer is that you don't have anything to be remorseful about?
Yeah, because like it's like I'm not involved with people like that to be having all these kind of things clouding my head.
Well, there's going to come a time very soon.
When asked about remorse, Renee says he has nothing to be sorry for. No hesitation, no regret, just a void.
That's
Where
funny. We're not accusing you. You did it. We were actually trying to figure out why and what type of person you were that would cause, or what would cause you to do stuff like that. Because honestly, I don't think you're a bad guy. I think you made some mistakes. I really do. But I don't think you're a bad guy. I mean, from sitting here and talking to you, it's just, you do not seem like a bad guy. You seem like you made some mistakes, and right now you're feeling that you're backed in a corner. And you're just denying everything. It's your only sense of comfort is to sit here and deny everything. But from talking to you, I don't think you're a bad guy. If it was under different circumstances, you know, I'd probably hang out with you. You honestly, you're not a bad guy. I honestly think you made a mistake, several mistakes, but we can make those mistakes right. We really can. And the only way we're gonna make them right, that's up to you. You need to be right with yourself.
Told you guys everything I know. I mean,
Well, you didn't tell us everything you know, unless you've forgotten about everything you've done in the past couple weeks.
And everything they've already recorded.
And everything you've recorded. Listen.
Again, like I said, I told you as much as I know. As much as I know as far as the questions you guys are asking.
So you didn't kidnap anybody?
Didn't kidnap
I'm gonna tell you something. Again,
Renee.
people make mistakes. Okay? I have a close friend that I grew up with that's in prison. Okay? He's doing 75 years. Okay? For kidnapping, ironically. And his biggest thing was he couldn't bring himself, he was disgusted with what he did. And he just wanted to forget about it. You know? And now that he looks back at it, he's like, it was a mistake. And now he's right with himself. He's right with his family. He's right with everyone he knows. He's right with the victims.
Despite being told that admitting mistakes could lead to redemption, Renee blames the world. He denies everything, including his own role in the crimes.
You know? Right now you have a chance to explain yourself, to show that, to show the world that you're not a violent monster that, you're being painted as.
I don't care what the world thinks, because the world got me in here. Doesn't matter.
No, actually, you got yourself in here
I
for
got
this.
myself in here. I wasn't the one that put myself in the cuffs and dragged myself. No, I didn't.
Okay, but you were the one that was robbing and kidnapping
Like I said, I'm innocent.
people.
I'll be out real soon.
I disagree with everything he just told you. I think you're calculated. I think you use your escape of your own big world as a way of not having to deal with what you do in this world, in this society. You have selective memory.
Doesn't do you no good, right? Because obviously I'm still in this predicament, so that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't do you any good or me any good?
It doesn't do me any good, I said.
No. No.
So that doesn't make any sense.
So the word is called acceptance. Accept where you are and who you are. Without that, you can kid yourself for the rest of your life.
I'm not going anywhere.
Well,
Keep pushing it.
you are going somewhere.
It won't be where you think.
Hmm?
It won't be where you want.
Because you're innocent?
No doubt. Who doesn't know that already?
You are the only one that believes that. And ultimately, in your reality, that's all that matters.
I did. And as far as the buddy over here and the rest of the crew, dragging into that, whatever the place is, investigation. Yeah.
So you're going to be out soon?
I'm innocent. I don't see why not.
Does that mean you want your property back?
What's the point? You guys probably already got rid of it.
No. We got it in storage.
I'll probably get a new one.
You gonna buy a new mask and gun and everything?
Maybe a new gun. That thing is branded with all this crap.
Gabrielle, man, you got zero chance of ever buying a gun.
Asked about the future, he claims he'll be out soon, but the evidence Videos, testimony, physical proof has already sealed a verdict he can't escape.
Remember that word?
I never would buy a real back up. I buy a real back up, right?
Acceptance. So I'm gonna leave you with, because I'm done talking to you.
Well, this conversation ended before it started. So.
I think I got to know you a little better today.
Hey, like I said, you wanted them. You talked to me, you've seen me, you think you know me. So I can't prove you anything. Convince you, other than what you think.
Well, you don't need to prove or convince anything. You just need to be honest for once and stop having these memory lapses of when you do violent crimes. You know, maybe apologize for what you've done. Maybe admit your mistakes. Maybe you can start off there.
Remorse, I think I used that word, remorse.
You know, maybe some accountability.
I was supposed to be here. I was told not to do this, but like I said, I'm my own person, so I don't listen to them.
I hear you. I respect that. That I definitely respect. You got anything else?
Well, I'm just waiting for Mr. Gabriel here to, you know. Explain his side of the story.
They started to feed at the place already.
Go make sure you get something to eat. Ready to go?
I'm not even supposed to be here.
Are you ready to go is the question.
That answers the question. I'm not supposed to be here.
Nope. That doesn't answer my question at all.
Hang on a minute here, Gabriel.
You want some water?
No water? You want something to snack on or anything? Shit? Okay.
What's going on, bro?
You ready to go? Okay.
Renee's final silence is deafening. No remorse, no regret, just a void. His claim of innocence feels like a slap to every victim who faced his gun, his mask, his cruelty. The detectives tried to reach him, offering a chance to own his mistakes, but he chose denial over redemption. This case reminds us how predators blend into society, hiding behind excuses and cold logic. As Renee faces a life sentence, justice looms, but the scars he left remain. What drives someone to such darkness? That question lingers, haunting us all.
Yeah.
All right. It is concluded by 26.
When told he's being moved, Renee finally shows interest. But it's too late. His path is sealed. He'll remain jailed without bond, awaiting the day he faces justice in court. Gabrielle Renee is now facing multiple serious charges: kidnapping, sexual assault, aggravated battery, armed threats, and possession of incriminating evidence. Given the number of victims and the brutality of his actions, he is likely to receive a life sentence without the possibility of parole. This is more than a criminal case. It's a chilling reminder of how manipulation, detachment, and cruelty can wear a human face. If you have thoughts about this case, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming true crime investigations. Subscribers will gain exclusive content perks in the coming weeks. Let's uncover the truth together.